Welcome to the Valt Podcast. We are your car culture cultivators. I'm Shaun, and of course, we're joined by
Robert.
I should say not by, but with.
Joe, how's it going?
What's going on,
And
gentlemen?
Vijay.
What up, VJ? Power it up, gentlemen. Think we got a good show today. Joe, what do we got going on?
Yeah, so first off, Vijay wanted to April Fool's you all with a funny April Fool's joke by BMW. A lot of people sent me this. I think it's because I'm a BMW guy.
It was honestly pretty mean.
Yeah, so they came out with a post saying that they're making their M3 Touring a GT3 car, and people flipped out, and obviously it's an April Fool's gift or a joke, but my friends were just saying, imagine if Volvo did the same thing and there was like a wagon DTM like rivalry for like a year.
Yeah.
It would have been the coolest thing ever. It would like reinvigorate like
Wagon
the
interest.
whole vibe, yeah.
Nice. Didn't the M3 GT3 badge give it away, or the extra window in the back?
Nah.
Oh, I do like where they put the gas.
Yeah, that's cool.
There was some rumor that M5 touring sales have been so successful that they might be able to.
The manual take rate for it was more than expected.
Yeah.
That's right. That they might be able to justify the M3 touring manual.
Coming to the US.
It'll be a number of years because they have a pretty close with the M3 being federalized and everything. They have. It probably wouldn't be a huge lift.
No.
But I think that's pretty cool. The fact that anybody's buying a manual M5 touring is
That's pretty cool.
I didn't even you can get them a manual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they manual?
yeah,
I didn't
right?
know that.
There's an option, yeah.
Wow.
On the M5?
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me look.
That's amazing.
that's
I can
cool.
confirm.
And those haven't
That
been
sounds like the April Fool's in itself.
Yeah, that hasn't been delivered yet, right? Because I feel like we
No, but
see
there's
them in
been
the Bay Area.
orders.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw. I went and saw a new M5. Those things are huge.
They're big, yeah.
They're big. They're obnoxiously big.
Wait, maybe it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I like the 5 Series in that body better within the non-M trim. It just looks a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
The wagon looks fine. It's ugly, but like it's not like abysmal. The
Yeah.
M5 sedan
Yeah.
is really bad. It's super bad.
it's
really
big.
bad.
Yeah.
I
I
hate
might
it.
be wrong about that M5 thing. But
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
comment down below if you think if it's a manual, that'd be really cool.
I think the manual touring was the M3.
Is it
right?
in
Oh,
three? Yeah,
okay.
M5,
So maybe the news was that somebody said that the M5 touring take rate was so high that they might consider selling the M3 touring here too.
Yep.
I think
I
that
think
would
that's what it was.
sell well. I mean, maybe not well, I guess.
Yeah.
But like it would sell. There would be like 1,000 people who would buy it probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
that's
mean, it'd
probably
be
not.
so cool.
It's not. It would be really cool, but it's
such a
probably
cool car.
Yeah.
not worth the.
Yeah,
the
I
entry.
don't think they'd make money on it.
But yeah, it's a Anyone else have any fun April Fool's jokes that they encountered? I had nothing, so I didn't.
I
didn't-
think there's this company called, I think,
Yeah.
Unplugged Performance that does modified or track biased Tesla cars. And they had a fun prank saying they're selling a titanium lightweight body kit for this.
Oh, Gunther. Yeah, Gunther works right.
Yeah,
Oh, Gunther works? Okay. So it was not Unplugged.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Titanium lightweight body.
Yeah. You know, it was pretty funny, you know, that the markets crashed. I was like, ha 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 ha, April Fools, except it was real. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hasn't
Yeah.
stopped.
Yeah. For those listening, it's April 4th now.
Goddamn.
Do not look at your portfolios unless it's been a couple weeks. I mean, this will be posted in like 7 days, so hopefully it's recovered a little bit. But it is red.
Yeah.
Red.
Yeah.
All those tariffs.
Tariffs.
But
It's brutal out there. But hey, if you're looking to get rid of your car,
it's a good opportunity,
It's
right?
a good opportunity too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just come see OTS.
Even in basic cars, I was thinking
Just about
about.
next week.
I was thinking about like the Honda Civic I use for like daily stuff. I wonder if that is now like worth like significantly more because the 2026s are going to be.
Oh, you mean because of the tariffs? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's been wasn't there some report that was it Subaru was going to eat the cost of the tariff and maybe BMW too or something like that?
Yeah, you wonder like how big these margins are if that's the case, but you know.
Yeah.
I feel like they're trying to keep people securing orders and they're hedging on some bet that the tariffs will be rolled back.
They probably
That's
will,
what I've
yeah.
been wondering is like if they're saying that so that people don't, because I know I was talking to Jake the other day and he said, what was it, Friday or something. Maybe it wasn't Friday. Whenever it was April. I guess it was April 2nd when the tariff took place, when the vehicle import tariff was officially announced.
Yeah, is that Liberation Day?
Yeah, right. And he was saying that their dealership was just flooded with people canceling orders.
Yeah.
Like everybody
Really?
was calling and trying to cancel their, because all these people had commitments to orders
Yeah.
that were not going to be delivered until
Man,
after the
yeah,
tariff.
I didn't think about the repercussions on that, and now it makes me want to buy out my lease and flip my Honda.
That's a
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Interesting, because I don't give a fuck about that car. But
Porsches are all made in Germany.
yeah, definitely on right. I mean, maybe the Macans are not, but I think all.
Even the Macans are
Yeah,
made
yeah,
in
okay.
Germany.
So
Yeah, they're all made in.
they're subject
yeah.
to the 25% or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with a lot of cars right now just sitting on lots because nobody's buying them because of interest rates. I can't imagine, and prices. I can't imagine. I mean, what?
Yeah.
How? What kind of bath the dealers are going to take with
And
these
even
tariffs?
the insurance is going to go up because of
That part too.
Everything. I mean, the cost of every good goes up when this happens.
Yeah, yeah. It actually makes more sense to actually just hold on to the stuff that you have.
Yeah.
Fall in love with your cars again. Get out there and drive them. Enjoy them.
Yep. Speaking of which, Shaun was mentioning he wanted to go for a drive, so we'll start with him. How has the week been for you?
Week has been cool. It's just actually I can't lie. No, dude, with this damn economy, it's been interesting at work. So dealing with dealing with the tariffs, dealing with the economy and all that stuff. People just seem to be like
And speculation, I'm sure.
yeah,
a lot of
speculation. Yeah,
families
yeah.
are-
People are just kind of scared to spend. Nobody wants to spend extra. Everybody wants to just hold on, to what they have, which I don't blame them. But it kind of sucks for some small businesses. There's a lot of small businesses that are hurting right now. So
Yeah.
I'm grateful, that we run pretty lean
Yeah.
to where we've been able to navigate so far. But it's been a lot of work.
Yeah, it makes me really wonder what the next 12 months are going to be like. you know?
Yeah. So, but for me, we were talking about driving, I think the ultimate cure for this is to really get out there and drive. And,
Yeah, or just keep your mind busy with something else.
absolutely.
Yep.
So with that, I'm waiting. The SLC should be delivered within the next couple weeks. So my mechanic had to do some work up north. So just waiting for that to get delivered, and I'm ready to hit the road.
What was the last big update, or what is happening now?
What's funny is, so he's done some stuff, and he hasn't showed me the full car. He's just only shown me pieces of it because he's really excited to show, what he's done with the car. So I'm like, I'm all about it.
You think it'll be ready for the next Solano? End of April? Because
End of April, absolutely.
Yeah, 2020, like the last weekend, because the Easter is the third Sunday, so no one's gonna show up.
Yeah. I hope so. I'm just
How many
waiting
years
for
has
it
it
to bring
been?
in.
3?
2021 is when I got the thing.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Like January
Yeah.
2021.
Crazy.
So
That's exciting.
yeah. What else? It was funny. I was actually at my son's school today, and some of the parents were making fun of the AutoZam. So
You brought the AutoZam to...
no. My son won't let me drive him to school in that or pick him up. in that
Really?
anymore.
He's too embarrassed?
He's too embarrassed.
Did his friends all make fun of him?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it's funny because there's people that I haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
But they remember that car. They're like, do you still have that car? Do you still have that car? I'm like, yeah.
That's so funny.
It's a
That
memorable car.
I love
Yeah.
that his friends give him shit for it.
Oh, yeah.
Before I say it.
What about you?
Me?
What's going on?
I've been with you the last 2 days. So I've been with Shaun trying to reconcile all of our books because we just closed out, our first year in business, and it's really cool to go through all of it and figure out how everything went, and the first year is always, I think, kind of a experiment,
Yeah.
But that's all I have had on my brain for 2 weeks now. Really is
Nice.
preparing all this stuff. But otherwise, things are good. I mean, this obviously this import tariff thing was a total dumpster fire.
Yeah.
For a couple weeks for us, because nobody knew what the specifics of it would be, and
Yes.
what cars it would affect, what cars it wouldn't affect, what would be exempt. And we actually didn't know. We had one order that we had, which I told you guys about, that we had to rush like super last minute to get it in before the tariffs, and then we found out yesterday that it actually would have been exempt from the tariffs. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what this whole economy is going to do to our business. So,
Well, I don't see any tariffs coming out of what is it, Ukraine or Russia? So maybe we
man,
should
it's the place to look.
Yeah,
We need Ladas.
exactly.
This is great. I got a great marketplace find for you this week.
Oh, great.
Very
For
cool.
that. Vijay, how's your week been?
Oh, it's been a pretty eventful week for me. First of all, we had
Tornado.
I think we're in the middle of the tornado season in the Midwest and southern areas. I think because this Wednesday there was a huge tornado warning. We were asked to go to the ground floor of the building and take shelter, and some people actually got footage of a tornado passing by through the town
Whoa.
here. It's pretty crazy, but yeah, my specific area was not affected overall. But I guess I'm getting a bit of the Midwest lore and the taste. This
How is
place-
the weather otherwise over there?
What's that?
How is the weather otherwise over there?
It's all rainy and cold here at the moment.
Should we bring him
the
down?
car
here?
season starts by the end of April, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
until then, I'm trying to find like more interesting things than just staying home. So last week I drove down to Nashville and found my favorite car museum. It's called the Lane Motor Museum.
Mm.
So they have exclusively got storage of cars that are extremely weird, rare, and like almost like unknown almost.
Yeah.
Like they have all sorts of weird French shit. They've got obviously Japanese cars, like all of the micro cars. They had a Fiat Multipla.
Mm.
They had a Citroen with steering on both ends. It's called a two-headed 2CV. They had a Citroen shaped like a banana which is wide enough for just one person. They had like MG Metro, Megane RS. Yeah, lots of cool.
So weird.
Nice.
DX4TC.
Well, they've got an
Citroen.
SC.
Yeah.
The
So they had like
older SC.
That outfit's
it's like
cool.
a heaven
SC,
for people
yeah.
who love weird and obscure cars.
Yeah. Can you
Look at the
imagine?
Aurora.
Can you imagine like you're a dad and you're bringing your kid to buy their first car and you're like, here, you got to pick out something from here.
Talk about stuff your son would want to be talking.
Exactly. This is it.
This is what you got. That looks like a really weird Bondo job.
Yeah, these are crazy. I mean, Vijay, you
Extremely
don't see it, but
good
we're
stuff.
looking at the website right now where it shows the entire collection.
Like,
Oh, there's a
the most
20.
Fun, the most
That's
fun
cool.
thing there was a tank or something which weighed 150 tons and it could just crush any cars in its path.
Was it?
Was
What
made
was it
for
powered by?
Sorry,
What was it powered by?
it had an engine on each wheel.
That's one solution. Hey, AutoZone.
Yeah.
So you
I
did
feel,
drop your son
I feel
off.
like this would be
Monster.
like Ian's wet dream.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, there was a Moke in there and a
Yeah.
Mini.
There's actually not a Moke. It's another thing, but it looks exactly like a Moke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a Moke, but like 60% of its size.
How is it smaller?
Yeah, it's 60% of the size of Ian's Moke. It's
Huh.
so funny.
And then randomly an i3.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of weird.
If you guys are in Nashville, I highly recommend going there.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
I'd love
definitely
to.
seems like a worthwhile trip.
Oh yeah,
Fuck
for
this
sure.
is.
That thing's
Dude.
crazy.
And like being amongst all those like weird, crazy cars, like ended up kind of affecting my Cayman, I think, because my clutch started slipping like crazy
Oh
when
no.
I was in Nashville. So it was at almost 140,000 miles now. So I had to baby the car back home, and I'm going in for a clutch change next week. The Cayman.
That's too bad.
Yes. I had to like drive 5 hours with a slipping clutch.
Oh,
Super
man.
weird.
That sucks.
But yeah, it was a fun trip there. I had there, I checked out their food and explored a bunch of places there.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Should we move him closer?
What's up, Joe?
Yeah, so my week's been mostly just recovering. Honestly, yesterday, as of the time of recording, I was able to put a shoe on for once. So it's been like 2 months, which has been terrible. But like I've been driving and like
God, it's already been 2 months.
yeah, literally it'll be 8 weeks tomorrow, which has been the worst 8 weeks ever. But yeah, this is old stuff, but like yeah, I'm walking in shoes now, which is awesome. Business wise, like it's weird because I don't the business, it doesn't feel the economy
Slowed
at all.
I mean,
great.
it's really soon.
In
too,
fact,
you know, right?
in fact, kind of without trying, like I haven't tried to like market myself yet
Yeah.
because I was expecting to like it to be slow, so I was like preparing for that. But without trying, I've been getting like an influx of like new clients that are like
that's
wanting
awesome.
like full rest.
Where are
paint
they usually
restorations.
finding you? Are they referrals or are they like
Instagram and like referrals? Yeah.
sweet? That's
And,
exciting.
like, I mean, like I've detailed enough at this point, and I've detailed enough impressive cars at this point that people just remember me as like, oh, you've took a picture of a car that is clearly more valuable than mine, so obviously you can
Yeah,
handle
yeah.
my car. So like, yeah, it's been really good. Starting next week, it's gonna be kind of head down, really busy,
Nice.
and it'll be fun.
Are you back working detailing full time?
I've been detailing the whole time.
Yeah, you just were sitting in a boot.
Yeah, I was crutching. No, dude, I was crutching around cars.
Jesus.
And which was absolute. I never recommend this ever. It was so bad. Every crutch, every time I moved, I'm like, one slip up, I'm gonna be out for another 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Like I was like, this is the shittiest experience of my life. Like crutching around a wet environment with hoses and cables everywhere. But luckily, I said this last week, but Colin has been super clutch, and Spencer has been helping a lot.
That's what's up.
And so both of them have been extremely clutch. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to do anything really fruitful in February or March.
Yeah.
I'm still doing details, and recently I've been starting to do a little bit by myself just because they're also busy.
Yeah.
And I like to also like plug in AirPods and like just kind of like evaporate from
Do your
the
thing,
yeah,
yes.
kind of like get in the zone. And I can't really do that when other people are there because I have to, we're like talking and it's great. It's a great conversation and everything. But like I like to kind of zone myself out when I'm doing like
Yeah.
like important details. But yeah, it's been good. Yeah, I'm happy that I can walk again because like it's been annoying. I can start to drive. The M5 should be out this weekend for Cars and Culture if I can find someone to drive the wagon to St. Mary's. But
Nice. You know,
Yeah.
we sound like a bunch of old guys. We're talking about businesses. We're talking about, not taxes, not being
Injury.
able to walk.
Injuries.
yeah, dude, I felt-
going to a museum featuring extremely strange and small French
Right.
cars.
hey, we're getting old. We're getting older. I was
Yeah, dude, I feel old nowadays.
I'm really excited. Like I this is just such a small victory for me. But I went yesterday. I was outside in front of my parents' house waiting for Allie to finish a run. And I was just like standing out there with like a beer in my hand without a crutch or boot. And I'm like, this is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't wait.
This is freedom.
Yeah, I felt like I'm feeling free right now. Like, so I can't
It's like
wait.
the fan is blowing your hair in the
I'm like,
wind.
this is amazing. So I'm like, I can't wait for those little victories now. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get to experience for a couple weeks until everything starts to crash down and get busy
Yeah.
again.
There you go.
But yeah, that's been the week. Hopefully, the next week is better and better and all that stuff. Okay, and that brings us into the member Discord finds, which, if you're not familiar, patrons get access to a Discord, which will be in the description below, where we put Discord, where we put like marketplace finds that we find. We talk about events that we're doing for members only. So like last week we did poker night. This in a couple weeks now that I'm able to walk and stuff, we're gonna get back into some drive sim stuff. We're gonna do a go-karting night. One of these, maybe not night, but like afternoon at some
Sweet.
point in the next couple weeks. Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Big shouts to the members out there. Big shouts to all the people that participate in our Discord, all our chats. So thank you guys for all your support. How do you become a member anyway, Joe?
Yeah, so if you're curious in supporting us or becoming a member, the link's down in the description below as well. Big and bold, how to become a Vault member. We get new members every month. It's a lot of fun. And if you're a member that hasn't been to one of these member events,
Gotta come out,
I
man.
highly encourage you to come because it's a lot of fun. And there's a bunch of you that I don't think I've ever met. And I would love to meet you and hang out with you. So please, we appreciate the support, but like we also
Yeah.
want you to experience like the membership part of the membership stuff.
Yeah.
So
There's events at each one of our warehouses all year long.
Yep.
So Joe has a place, Robert has a place, I have a place as well. And we'd like for you guys to come in, check us out, see how we work, see who we are, what we drive. And most importantly, we want to see and meet who you guys are see what you guys drive.
Yeah, I mean F1 viewings. Like, there's just so much stuff that's happening this year.
Yeah.
That's just laid back and fun. It's like a fun place to just hang out. You know, wherever, whether it's in Albany or at my shop or somewhere, you know, like around here. It's like it's a good time. So link down in the description for both those, how to become a member, and the Discord. But without further ado, we'll start the Discord finds, which I think Jackson found this one. So this is 2006
cool.
Mazda Speed 6. It's a manual.
Yeah.
So
Aren't all Mazda Speeds
probably
manuals?
probably I don't know. I'm not sure, but the one what I didn't know about this car when I was in high school, I went to a nighttime Cars and Coffee because I was a fuckboy when I was a kid.
Did he get run over by one?
No, but I was that kid in my E90 with like my red E90, so like I fit in with this crowd.
Yeah.
But one of my friends from high school pointed out one of these to me, and he's like, "You know what this is?" And I'm like, "No, it's a Mazda. Why is this?"
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't know what this was?
No, I didn't know what it was.
I still have no idea what it
And
is.
he's just like,
It's a turbocharged manual
2.3
Mazda
all-wheel drive.
sedan. They're really cool.
yeah. So he was like, "This car is so rare, you have no idea. It's a manual. Like these things are like these
is
things
it rare
pull."
because nobody wanted it?
Well, it's probably because no one bought it because you can get a ZHP.
Well, it was. I mean, the thing is, they were just like fairly expensive, right? For
Okay.
a Mazda, it's kind of like a Mazda Speed Miata, where like if you're going for a turbo factory Miata, you probably would just buy something else.
Is that a rotary engine?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
No.
and
rotaries
this is,
were just the RXs.
Is this
Okay.
competing with like a 330 BMW, or is it like a 5 Series competitor? I don't know.
I think it's a small, like a compact sedan.
Okay, so this
Or
is like
not, maybe not
ZHP
compact,
territory.
but yeah, it's more like
That's the problem.
it's like an E46.
For 10 grand,
sedan,
you can
kind
get a really nice E46 that's better.
Yeah, I mean,
dynamically.
it's just hard to just.
But this is a great, interesting
only for like
example.
Mazda people, I think. You know,
Yeah.
people that want Mazda speeds. Whenever I see one of these or the Mazda Speed 3s, the hatches. I think the hatches are pretty cool. I'd
Yeah.
rather have a hatch, but yeah, I don't know.
So very VW wheels.
Yeah, they're cool.
Also, pro tip: when you're trying to sell a car, this doesn't sell a car.
Yeah, it's
See how you can't see anything in this image?
yeah.
Don't post this picture.
Just turn
Yeah.
the car around the other
the
way.
car
This immediately, I immediately
What is
knocked
that song?
30% off the price on this car.
Snow Patrol. Turn the car around. Foo Fighters. Who is that?
I don't know, but I know
Well,
this is
they
a
need
bad.
to
This
play
is a
that.
bad photo, and this would deter me from even going to look at the car.
Yeah, it's
honest.
pretty egregious.
So that's the first fine. The second fine is immune to the Russian and Ukrainian no tariff thing.
Oh, good,
Nice,
good.
okay.
Lotta.
Oh,
It's a
there it
Mercedes
is.
G-Wagon
There it is.
So this is meant to look like a G-Wagon.
Wow, look at those wheels.
Yeah,
Why is it squatting in the back like that?
I don't know.
Are the wheels in the back smaller? No.
It's a good question.
It's very small.
It's interesting. It's kind of samurai-y.
You
Yeah.
got the stars,
You know how people
star roof.
don't people do conversions on Samurais to make them look like G-Wagons?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
man.
Wow,
Got
the
it.
entire trunk is
You can put a
a
backpack
sub.
in the trunk. You have the Starry Night roof.
So it's a Rolls Royce, it's a G-Wagon,
It's a Rolls Royce G-Wagon.
and a K-car. And a
And-
Lotta.
And
Oh, 45 grand.
That's crazy.
yeah, 45 grand. This is not
What
going
is
to
he
sell.
smoking?
This will never sell ever.
All right,
Oh,
who
no.
put this in the fines?
I believe Spencer did.
Okay. One and one, right?
Yeah, 1 of 1. Yeah, so this is
Spacing on that is
yeah, if you're
just
interested in
nasty.
being this
Wow.
guy, it's in Sunland, wherever the hell that is.
And it's made of concrete.
Yeah. And also another pro tip: watch the car before.
This
you
guy's
take the
name is
pictures.
Ash Shot, so you know.
No, bro, come on. There's one ass.
Oh, we can. Yeah.
Just because he's
I need
different.
to blur that out. Hey, that's true. Good call. Third one, I found this
Yeah.
one because every
I've
time
seen this one.
I find E28 M5s that are fairly priced, I post them.
This might be a number we see more of in the next year or two. This is a question I have really been wondering about, is what the mid-consumer enthusiast market is going to look like. You know, I think those really top-level blue-chip cars are going to kind of maybe not get hit as hard. Not sure. But I wonder where this market is going to be.
No cat. Yeah, I'd be
That's
curious.
tough.
I'm going
Wait,
to.
is it titled in California?
Yeah, it's California titled, which I mean it won't pass smog like this, but it probably runs way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Wait, go back.
and it has
What's up with the camber on that? That's just a wide photo.
that might be like a
Just
wide
angle,
angle.
yeah.
Just distorted.
I mean I haven't driven my car in 2 months. I need to get it back out. It has the carpet, which mine doesn't, which makes me angry. But I don't know. I mean, it is a good question. I wonder what my car will end up doing in the next
Because we had this
year.
big inflation after you bought your car.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then
bought my car
think you're
for-
still in the green.
Oh,
by a
I bought my
lot.
car for half of this price.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, but this does have. It only has 100,000 miles, which is kind of low.
pretty
for
good,
one of
yeah.
these cars.
Yeah, really low.
I feel like these all have like
mine has
200.
Mine
or
has
more.
208.
Yeah, they're all.
I'm at a
really
point with that car where like it might be a car that I just keep forever, and like when my kids are 18, maybe it'll be worth money, kind of thing.
Yeah, or you just like. You just have
Enjoy
a
it.
cool car for your whole life that you enjoy.
It's just a
I mean,
cool
if you
car.
don't need to sell it, don't.
Yeah,
sell
I mean
it, you
it's
know?
a great like emergency. Like I need to sell something right now.
I really dream of a time in my life where like I can have fun cars and not need to sell, or a fun car and not need to sell it to buy another fun car.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I know.
That
I'd love
would
to
be
buy
so
that.
nice.
Keep mine and buy another thing, but I'm not in a position where I really can do that yet.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm in
kinda
that right
stuck.
now. Oh, that's my. Never mind. Keep going.
Well, I
should
want to
talk about
experience
that.
and I want to experience more cars.
Yeah.
But that is my fund
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
new cars. So it's
I
like
mean,
I'm
they're
stuck.
so good.
They're great. I love mine,
Right.
but I don't know.
I feel like
Timeless beauty.
the thing
Yeah.
is, for when you're into that car, you'll like never really
Under 20,
lose money.
including all of the. I mean, besides oil changes and gas,
like
under 20.
you could
for
argue that if
everything.
you had put that money into the stock market, you would have made more.
Oh yeah, it would be like 45 or something.
Yeah,
but that's
you
the
know.
same price. I mean, I wouldn't sell my car for under 40, and now I don't think I would get that right now anyway. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, Robert, what were you saying before we go into the next one?
Well, I just should have said this makes me think about my conundrum I'm in right now. I'm selling.
What's your conundrum?
Selling the Camaro, and I'm trying to buy this M3, and I would just be cool if I could keep both.
Yeah.
It would be. Storage is an issue. I guess not for you though.
For my own,
No, it is. I
For
can't
my own
keep-
selfish reasons, I want that M3 to sail to fall through.
Oh, it's cool, right?
You want it?
It's hella cool.
Thing is so-
I
Is
love
the
that
one without
car.
the engine? Without an engine, you're gonna
Oh,
swap
hell
it.
So I'm waiting on the Leno law thing because I know that there's.
I hope that happens.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to see if that will happen because it'll inform my decision on where to go with the swap.
Yeah.
But the thing is so cool.
It's such a nice car.
so cool.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that works out, and hopefully someone buys. I keep sending all these really fairly priced E20 M5s.
This is like the third one.
the third one, and they're all different. I
Yeah.
really hope one person that sees this buys one of these, because
Yeah.
no one I know has an E20 M5 besides people that are like nowhere near this area.
There's
I'd love to like
two
talk
that
with
kick
someone.
around North Berkeley.
Yeah, they're
all the
around.
time.
I see
Yeah.
one drive around all the time. It's a kid.
Yeah.
Like it's like
Yeah.
he's like a college kid, and I'm like, but he doesn't go to any events. Also has an E34 M5. They're both like US spec, like totally. They're like worse than mine, but like it's pretty good. And he dailies them because he lives around me somewhere. And I'm like, I don't understand how this guy doesn't come to
Come to
any
things.
like.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. But anyway, I'll even get one more thing before we move. I'll even get messages saying, "Hey, did I just see you in like on Concord
Yeah,
Boulevard?"
I
I'm like,
texted
no.
you once about it.
Like, no, that's not me.
Yeah, yeah,
I know the fucking guy though.
Yeah.
I don't know. He doesn't know me, but I know him.
I know what he looks like.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll move on to the next one.
Oh, B5S4.
Yeah. So this is a 2000.
I
Audi
love these
S4.
things.
This
This
is-
looks lowered.
Spencer also found this.
This looks too
These
low.
are aging very gracefully.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
interior is nice.
Yeah.
It looks really nice.
These look better and better every day.
Yeah.
These were for $6,000. This is a really cool and
What's up
interesting
with the
car.
hood gap?
It's probably the paint's wrong too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah.
it's probably been in an accident or something. But
VJ,
I mean, a lot of these are like destroyed.
VJ, you a big fan of these?
Sorry, which one are you?
Audi.
Website the Audi
yeah,
S4,
He can't see.
Audi
Oh,
S4,
So you can. The B5S4.
B5 S4. Yeah.
No, I don't know much about that. I was looking at the shop, following them.
That's the next one. Yeah, I mean, I have
They're
a lot
cool.
of.
A lot of people tune these in
They
period.
pop. Yeah, they pop. They
yeah.
blow up. Yeah.
People would tune these to like 500 horsepower and then just blow them up. And like the joke I always make about these cars is that like every B5 S4 owner has two cars and neither of them run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both B5 S4s and one
Yeah.
is on jack stands because it's a parts car for the car they blew up.
Yep,
you know?
definitely. It's definitely the
Like
case.
this one having the oil leak from the turbo.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
Oh, it
just,
has an oil leak from the turbo.
it needs a
Yeah.
it needs a turbo.
Okay, well there we go. That's why it's $6,000. But anyway, like that's like the one thing that the car can't do is
Yeah. Yeah.
that. But I had a cousin who had a husband who had one of these that was like highly modified.
Yeah.
They're not in a relationship anymore. So I don't know how to explain that.
Did he explode the motor?
I think he popped a couple of them.
Yeah.
But it was like they were pushing like 500 wheel horsepower.
There's just
and
no
stuff,
reason.
You
I
know?
don't know why people feel like
It's because they see
this is like
turbo
the
and they
same
get excited.
conundrum I'm getting, like this E30. You know, I talk to more people about it, and they're like, "Oh, put an S54. Oh, you gotta do like a turbo S52." And I'm like, you don't need like 400 horsepower in an E30.
No, you need like 300 max.
Or like 240 is like
Just a base S50 is fine.
so much power.
That car, I mean, those S50 swapped E30s are like the best cars ever. Especially if you get like a ZHP rack or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the last one is
Yay.
what Vijay was talking about. It's a cheap Saab 900 SPG.
It's
SPG
pretty
turbo.
rough.
It's really rough. But if you want an SPG
SPG.
and you want a project, this is definitely for $5,000.
Yeah.
I mean, the seats aren't that torn. You know, they're not
They look
that.
pretty good compared to the paint.
Yeah, some steam. Who cares about the paint? It's a Saab. You just enjoy your car.
Yeah.
Why are the headlights yellow?
Because it's French.
Age.
No, it's not
I
French.
can't tell
I
if
know,
that's
I'm just
because
joking.
they're Frenchies or because they're really old.
It's because they're about
I
to
think
die.
I think that's just the color, but
Yeah, so it's a salvage title, but it's there. The car is there.
I mean it looks like a salvage title.
Yeah.
It's
but
cool though.
It's a cool car. This is definitely not the example you want, but if you want just like a project,
It's a cool car. It's not the example
The
you want.
finest example of this car is not French. So I don't know about this.
Yeah, you don't want the best one anyway, yeah.
yeah, I think if I'm getting a Saab SPG, I'm getting a shitty one with good mechanics. You know,
yeah.
I want it to look grungy.
not worth-
you know, I want to be able to take it on a back road and not have to clean it after.
Not
you know?
care if you roll it.
Yeah, exactly. So
I met a kid up on Highway 9 when we were shooting a video a while ago, like 8 months ago probably, and we were in a 365 Boxer, and we were at a turnout, and he flew past us in a black SPG, and we were like, wow, that looks so nice. And then he had turned around up the road. He comes back and he's with his dad in the car, and the entire left side of the car was just destroyed. And they pull over and say hi. And I had just seen the photo that morning of an SPG that had rolled on a road rally, and it was this kid. He had just finished a 2-day road rally, and they were driving home together. And he rolled his SPG, and they pushed it back on its wheels, and then finished the rally, and then drove home.
sounds
And
familiar.
He like rolled it into a ditch, and he was like, they were like, his dad was so stoked about it. But that's the perfect SPG.
Yeah, my dad was not stoked about my situation, but that is literally exactly what happened with my
Yeah.
car.
I bet in its history, Saab has never sold a car to a black person.
You think that's true?
Yeah. You've never seen a black person.
Comment down below if you're a black person or a Now I want to know.
I don't know. I have no data points, so
Yeah. We hope
Can't speak
we
to
find one.
That is a
I hope we find
can't
a
speak
data,
to
a data
that
point.
statistic.
Trust me, I know.
You don't want to be like a pilot? You could be a pilot with one of these.
No.
Yeah, that's true. You are a pilot if you own a Saab.
Okay, yeah. So those are the marketplace finds. Once again, link down in the description on how to become a member and how to sign up for the Discord. It's a lot of fun. Trust me. I know I'm selling it, but you know it's fun. So that brings us into the topic of this week, which we probably talked about this before, but I don't think we've talked about it in a long time. I don't think we've ever published a video about it. Okay. So I wanted to bring it up. So the point of the topic is just your Taproot car moment. So what was the moment that you can remember that got you into cars? Was it in a back seat or was that kind of thing? So Shaun, do you want to go? Do you have an idea?
It wasn't in a back seat, Joe.
I don't know.
Jesus.
He's not. Yeah.
Actually, I'm lying. It was in the back seat. Yeah. So
Just finish your point.
no. So I remember my dad had this crazy ass friend, and he had a 260Z.
Oh, that makes sense.
I rode in the back of it because it was like, of course, it was it wasn't the 2+2. No, it wasn't. It was just
you
a
were just
standard
sitting
one.
in the-
So I was just, way before the seatbelt laws or whatever the case. So it was my dad, my dad's friend, and me in the back. And this guy was just smashing in the Z, and I was like, oh my
An
god! And
unrestrained
it was like,
child. In the
yeah,
trunk.
and it was like such a super to me it was
good
like
old days.
a supercar moment to me, right?
Yeah.
And it was just like
That's
from
cool.
that point, I always just like hatchback cars. So like all my first cars were all hatchbacks, and then obviously
That's
I have
cool.
definitely that. That's why it's my forever car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good reason why. That's a good reason. Robert, what about you?
Yeah, I feel like I have definitely talked about this before, and I don't know like this specific moment. I had a lot of things when I was younger that I just, as long as I can remember, I was just like a child, you know, like a boy child that was infatuated with like machines and stuff. Um, found this letter actually in like a what are those memory boxes people make that are like,
A time capsule?
yeah, it was like a time capsule, and it was like a letter that I wrote when I was like 5, and like the things I wanted to be were like a train conductor, or a fireman that drives a fire truck, or something like that. You know, like some stupid stuff like that. And then I think the car stuff just stuck with me the most. And I'm like, my grandfather had an MGTD, and I always thought that thing was really cool. It's that tiny little like big flared fender thing. And I mean, I remember when my dad got a E500 in 2003, and I always thought that was the coolest car
Bob
ever.
has always been with that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
got
with it,
that
man.
shit on.
Bob does not mess around with cars.
I think that the E500 and the MGTD were my first, which is why I ended up liking those kind of like German saloon cars so much.
Yeah.
And V8s. I think it was just always like I had that American V8 obsession thing as a kid.
You don't see him get too excited about cars. When we saw that MGT or whatever at Fantasy Junction,
Oh yeah,
that's the first time I saw him get excited, really excited over a
it
car.
was like a T Series rally, supercharged T Series rally car,
Yeah.
which is like a
Yeah.
TF rally car. And they had like a little fender or a bumper mounted supercharger on it. And I always thought those were really cool. Yeah. I don't really care that much for MGs anymore, but they're still interesting to me.
Yeah. How about you, Vijay?
Me? Do you ask me?
Yeah.
Okay. I think for me, growing up, it had to be magazines and media because there were no enthusiast cars around. So my dad used to buy car magazines, and I used to love drawing cars, looking at them. So that was one part of it. And like, if you ask about like one specific moment, I would say watching the 2008, the first Iron Man movie was a pretty
That's a good
important moment for me. I think seeing Tony Stark drive that first gen Audi R8 with a lot of good camera work, and it's
And his garage.
workshop
Yeah.
next to his robots and stuff, alongside all his collector cars. The R8 just stood out, and
Yeah.
I think when that car came out, it was such a huge design inspiration overall. And I think the first gen R8 still stands the test of time as one of the best, supercar designs overall. I think seeing Tony Stark driving that car definitely sparked something in me, I guess. And from there, it kind of got more intense and more interested for me.
Yeah. You know, that might be a good question for next week. That's a good one, VJ. Is maybe would it be a Taproot car moment or a car movie?
From movies.
From a movie. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one, VJ.
Mine would,
Yeah, I think
I
you
know
brought
mine off.
them
I already know mine
I
too.
know mine for sure.
Yeah,
Don't say it. We'll do it next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah.
And then watching
Actually,
the
what you
Transporter
just
movie
said-
was also pretty cool, right?
The one that I'm thinking of is probably one of my earliest. That's probably an earlier memory than like the MG for me.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean,
Think about
we
it.
could probably do a whole show on that topic alone.
Yeah.
We'll do it. So keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely talked about this before. We're bringing it back up because I don't think we posted about it. I usually say that it was in the backseat of my dad's first E39 M5, where he like peeled out of a school parking lot,
Yeah.
and I felt
Was
the
it
car
the De La
hopping.
Salle lot?
No, it was my K through 8.
Oh, okay. Even better.
Yeah, even better. And like I felt the car oversteer, and I felt the car like hopping from the
Yeah.
torque, and I'm like, this is insane. But I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but like the way my parents potty trained me was if I successfully peed into a toilet, they would give me a Hot Wheel every time for like a year.
I don't know why you get in trouble
For
for
a
that.
year?
I don't know. I don't know. However
Damn.
long it was, because I was greedy. So I'm like, can I have a?
He's like,
You know.
Yeah.
I was 16.
But
And then
I
it
was
became
thinking about,
real car.
I was thinking about that because I'm like, I can't believe I remember.
And when I didn't
something
get
like
one, I peed on my dad's car.
that. It was such a.
I feel like you wouldn't get in trouble for that. That's
I don't know.
a
They
good
might
way
be like,
to train
Joe,
your kid how to
that's-
pee.
Yeah, it worked obviously because I can pee now. But like, I can't believe I remember that experience. It must have been such a moment for me to get those Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
That like because I was obviously however young. I don't know how old you are when you do that, but
Like 2?
two, I
Yeah.
guess. But I remember that, which is
Right?
crazy that I'm 2 and doing that. So like
Yeah,
I can't believe
yeah.
I remember those moments.
Yeah. I don't remember that.
I can vividly remember getting handed like a sleeve of Hot Wheels and opening
Wow.
them. So like that must have been a huge moment for me because I
Yeah,
can still
yeah,
remember
yeah,
it
yeah.
today
That's
as a
cool.
28-year-old.
I don't remember anything that well.
Exactly. That's
anything
what I'm saying.
in my
I don't
whole
remember
life.
anything else
Yeah.
other than that moment.
That's
so like
my-
it has to be
My
temperament.
childhood is just like a bunch of holes and then like tiny memory.
Yeah. So that must be a moment of just receiving Hot Wheels and
God, was there anything
Yeah.
better than a brand new Hot Wheel?
oh my god, it was the
Not,
best.
not that Matchbox bullshit, but I'm talking about like the Hot
Yeah,
Wheel.
you know,
Hot
actually,
Wheels.
I had Hot Wheels. I think my dad had Matchboxes, and
Yeah.
he gave me some of his old Matchbox
Yeah.
cars, and I liked them, but they never were the same to me.
They never felt like that. They never rolled as
They didn't
smooth.
roll-
They didn't
yeah.
feel as
wheels were
sturdy.
like, the wheels had
The
like little
pins-
residue on them too,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they would
Yeah.
pop a little bit.
The pins on the wheels were not as like
Round.
you could, the Hot Wheels were meant to be played with. I think the Matchboxes were more like just put on a desk or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had even to this day, my parents kept all those Hot Wheels. I have like there's like 10 gallons of Hot Wheels. And some of them are collectible now.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, that's my taproot moment.
Yeah, I started buying Hot Wheels after I got my first job. Now I have about 400. Or so.
Yeah,
400?
I don't know how many I have. I have so
What's
many of
that?
them.
400?
Yeah, I started buying after I got my first job,
Wow.
and then never stopped because I never got any before that. So it was like a payback for me to buy more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
make
they're
up
cool.
for not having.
They're cool. I mean, even to this day, like I try to like I haven't ever bought any myself, but like I try to like avoid the toy aisles. I like
Yeah.
big box stores just because I'm assuming I'm gonna end up wanting to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my
I had so many I had to store them at a friend's house while moving here.
my family once in a while, my wife or son, they'll buy me a Hot Wheel, but it's never right. They're like, "Ooh, look, I found this Porsche just like yours." It's like it'll be a 930. I'm like, I have a 964. Ooh, look, I found this BMW.
I appreciate the effort.
You're trying. That's sweet.
It's E92, and I'm like, no, it's close. I have an E36. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know,
Spiritual successor.
comment down below
Maybe.
what your taproot car is or taproot moment is, because I'm sure everyone has very unique experiences. But that'll bring us into the scenario. So Spencer and I last week were talking about how it'd be fun to do like a cheap car rally where we got like 10 of us and like each spent $2,000 on like a car and then like drove like through the Central Valley up into the LA mountains and then just left the car.
You know, Robert cannot drive through Modesto.
I'm wanted. I'm wanted.
So
Fresno, Bakersfield, he can't do that.
yeah, I really want to do this. I think it'd be really fun. Like I actually do think it should happen. And if people that are listening to this want to do it, please let me know because
That's a fun idea.
I think we should do it. And I'm not condoning littering, but I would be really fun if we just left the car somewhere.
Yeah,
but
We can't do that.
yeah, of course not. But so Spencer's budget was $1,000. I don't think that's possible.
I don't
really.
think you'd make it there for $1,000.
So I went $3,000, and that's the budget. Basically, $3,000. It'll get you from the Bay Area to the Los Angeles area. I found. So, does anyone want to go? Does anyone have any ideas?
I think
you-
I already own a car that fits the bill.
Okay, so you go Peugeot.
Yeah, it's worth $3,000.
Yeah, I mean that's like
Do I
great.
have to
I
make
already
it? Do I have to
drove
make
it
it
to
back
LA.
home or just one way?
You gotta get to LA. That's it.
Yeah, I drove to LA and back.
So Vijay, that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah,
and,
that's a
and
good
you know
answer.
what?
You'd be so comfortable.
so comfortable. And to piggyback off of that, because I picked a really non-usual choice, I did a 2000 S70, which I'm hoping is still available. It's sold, but it's
Still
literally
up, yeah.
it's still up. It's a 5-speed S70 with a 5-cylinder engine.
Oh, it looks nice.
It looks clean.
For the
There's
money.
some paint damage and stuff, but
Okay,
like
it's not nice, but it's for $2,000.
I feel like this would be a really fun thing to rally and just beat on.
Yeah.
You get the 5-cylinder noises, which are probably okay enough. It's a manual, so you can, get enough enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
Probably would make it. It'd burn a lot of oil, but it would make it.
Yeah.
So that's my choice. So me and Vijay have a very similar, in my opinion, very similar take on this.
Yeah.
What about you guys? What are you thinking?
I gotta think.
You guys are much too responsible. I'm
Yeah.
talking about living on the edge a
I
little
know,
bit.
me too. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like a really bad Trans Am, or or Fiero, or something like some terrible emissions cucked V8 American car.
You know, I found a 1981 C4 Corvette automatic for $500 that I
Yeah.
almost picked.
Exactly. That's exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. And I just mean that because, I mean, assuming the bushings and suspension aren't all like completely
You could buy
destroyed.
that sub you saw in the market.
Don't worry. If you can't figure it out, I got you.
Okay, yeah. What do you got?
Don't worry, I got you.
We got it.
I
Hold
got
on.
plenty of room.
Let me just.
Joe's gonna load it up.
The other thing I was thinking is like a really bad 124, like a really bad S320 124 that just has like a driver's seat and nothing else,
Yeah,
because it'd just be really comfortable.
it would. It would finish it. It would be uninspiring.
If
but it
it's
would-
running when I buy it, it'll make it.
Get a salvage title Ultima.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could do like a 2000 S class, S420 or S whatever.
yeah, like an S420 would be $500 and
Yeah.
would get there,
It'd probably be like
and you could leave it and
have
someone would
like
just steal it.
destroyed bags. But
Yeah,
it would
yeah. Who cares?
make it there.
Sean picked something truly remarkable,
Oh god.
in Sean fashion,
Look at that.
Oh,
for $3,000.
grand
Wow.
Right on the money.
wow.
Honestly, for
I'm
$3,000
actually
For
spending. I'm
$3,000?
splitting this car with Sean, and I'm going with him.
It's only 112,000 miles on it too. Come on
for
now.
$3,000, this is actually seems like a pretty interesting
This
car.
kind of needs to be my new daily.
Oh wait, did these have the 5-liter Mustang engine?
Is it swapped?
No, it's an 88.
It's in Sacramento. I kind of want to go get
This
it.
is a Fox body motor.
Yeah, I think. Well, is it Mercury or Ford
Oh,
entity?
that's so cool.
That's cool.
Do you know if that is it from Mercury or
Yeah,
Ford?
yeah.
Yeah,
it
so
is,
that
yeah.
that's definitely factory, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
How is it only $3,000?
That seems like a great car for $3,000. This would win Wagon Wednesdays. Just on go buy it. Wagon Wednesdays next week.
Wow.
Right?
It's next week.
You don't have to just-
You said you wanted a wagon.
Send it to VJ. Does VJ have this link?
Yeah. I sent
yeah.
it to him.
Yeah, I can see it.
You looking at it? Okay.
This is clean for $3,000.
That's pretty cool, right?
There's
you-
no way. It has to have like. It has to come with like a body in the
All
trunk
right.
or something. Like,
Viewers, I'm gonna link this in the chat.
No.
I'm gonna
no.
link
Dude,
this.
I might go get this, dude.
I want this.
I'm gonna link this.
I might go get
This
this.
thing looks nice.
Look at wood paneling. There's probably some hidden.
I mean, it's
hidden
not
shit.
real wood.
It doesn't
No.
matter.
But-
It doesn't matter. It doesn't for this. It doesn't matter.
Wagon Wednesdays, it might be just worth driving.
Yeah.
Right.
I am gonna link this on the YouTube because
Wow.
I want someone that we know to
I'm
own.
about to
this.
sell my Volvo.
For $3,000, you don't have to do that. Just go buy it.
If you break
Right.
down, you can sleep in it.
It's a 5-liter Mustang engine. I mean, a 5-liter Ford. It's not gonna break
I assume
down.
it's rear-wheel drive.
I'm assuming, yeah.
Must
with,
be.
with that engine, I would assume.
Dude, this would be hilarious to drive.
Oh my god!
I can hear the tires squealing.
Gotta have. It's gotta have.
Every time you turn, you can hear the whole car
Yeah.
squealing.
He said it needs a thermostat, which makes me think it's
It's overheating.
overheating.
Overheating, yeah. 112,000 miles on it though. That's not bad.
It's not bad.
I don't believe that.
Get a T-stat, get a
looks
radiator, refresh the whole cooling system.
But like,
and
if
just
he's
drive it.
saying it needs a thermostat, and he's saying that because it's overheating,
So just replace all of it, and then hope you don't have a blown head gasket.
just like do a head gasket.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty
I mean,
much.
at this price, just do a head gasket.
Yeah, this is a great car. I'm gonna send this to Frank, and Frank's gonna buy it before
Yeah.
you guys buy it.
Yeah. I mean, I hope he does. I want anybody to buy this thing. Wow, Sean, great find.
Way
welcome.
to go!
You're
And that took
welcome.
you 3 minutes too. You were on your phone for 3 minutes.
Thankfully, my Facebook marketplace feed is so
It's
screwed
dialed.
up.
Yeah.
It's dialed.
Yeah. If you need a
Yeah.
shitty car, call.
But that'll do it for another episode of the Vault podcast. Comment down below what your cheap car rally find would be. It can't be that Grand Marquis because that's not fair. But yeah, we'll see you next week. And if you guys aren't familiar, we're doing a Cars and Culture at St. Mary's in a couple days, which by the time you're listening to this already happened. But hope I see you guys there. Other than that, anything else before we close?
Nope.
That's all I got.
Perfect.
I've
All right.
given you all I can give.
The Grand Marquis. That's his greatest. That's Sean's greatest gift.
My greatest gift.
All right. We'll see you in another episode next week. See you later.
See ya.